South side, we back up. East side, we back up. West side, we back up.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome back once again to Vicious Rants. And of course, I'm your host, your YouTube Messiah, and often imitated, never duplicated superstar Tim Vicious. And we are talking about Raw this week was in Nashville, Tennessee. And thankfully this time though, Finn Balor wasn't going around doing that over around TNA, you know, but either way. Now, before we get into the show, before we get into Raw, we are going to wind up addressing, we're going to go back in time, do the SmackDown Rewind real quick, talk about last week, big highlights from last week's SmackDown. AJ Styles came out as the new U.S. champ, winning the U.S. title from Kevin Owens at a house show in Madison Square Garden. Issued an open challenge. Cena came out. Owens stopped it, and then they proceeded to have a bit, and then there was a big brouhaha brawl, which then and also wind up getting told that we're going to wind up having a fatal five-way, I believe it was, for the #1 contender for the women's title. That was really pretty much like the only big things that really happened during last week's SmackDown. Other than, you know, Randy Orton and Jinder, you know, butting heads, screaming at each other. You know, for Battleground, which is coming up this Sunday, and it's going to be in a Punjabi prison match. Out of all the weird, stupid, gimmicky matches out there, that's probably one of my favorites. Getting that out there now. Just because of the idea of it, just because the sheer concept of it. Like, okay, that sounds like some pretty weird shit. I'm for it. You know, but either way. Now, this week's Raw in Nashville, Tennessee, it started out with Ambrose coming out to the ring with a dented up steel chair, talking about on how last week he took that chair, on how he's in Nashville, he's got his good buddy Steely Dan, and he's looking to go for a fight and looking to beat up Miz and his cronies. And then out comes the CrossFit Jeebus, Seth freaking Rollins, which according to KFAB News, his middle name is not freaking. In fact, his parents keep emphasizing his middle name is Todd. But either way. They wind up, Seth comes out, says, you know what? No, I wasn't here trying to help you. I came out to go and beat up the Miz because he was talking crap on me. And, you know, as much as you told me to stay out of your business when he came out and beat me up, you got in there too. And, you know, Seth was trying to hint at an idea of, you know, why don't we work together to go and beat them up? And Dean was like, nah. See, last time you had my back, you drove a chair into it. You beat the hell out of me. You broke us up. You broke up the Shield and all that. And then Seth wound up doing all, yeah, I'm sorry. I did it. I admit it. I was wrong. You want to make up for it? Fine. You want me to make up for it? Hands him the chair, turns around. Hit me. Hit me. And it's to the point to where it's almost like Joker from Dark Knight. Like, come on, hit me. Hit me. Hit me. Hit me! And Dean's just like, throws the chair out the ring. Then out come Miz and the cronies. Dean jumps out the ring to go and attack Miz. Out comes... Then Axel and Dallas proceed to beat up Seth, and then exit stage right. And the whole time, the crowd is chanting, we want Roman. The one time the fans are actually chanting they want Roman, Roman's sitting in the back like, nah, I got a main event match tonight. I'm in the main event title picture. Yeah. So yeah. Anyways, now on to the first match of the night. It was Bayley going up against Alexa Bliss. And Bayley really aggressive right from the get-go. Now, I'm not going to lie. I've been a big supporter of Bayley. I like the concept of the Bayley character. She's that little sister that always wants to go and wrestle with the other guys. And like, yeah, go ahead. You do it over there. You know, and when she does it, you're like, whoa, she's good. But honestly, since she's come up to Raw, she hasn't had much opportunity to shine and blossom like she did in NXT. That's the problem, you know? So, you know, she needs that chance. She needs that chance, and she needs that push. To show them, listen, you give me the opportunity to run, and I will run. You know, she needs something like that. Now, either way, back to the match. Bayley was real aggressive right at the start, you know. But, you know, real aggressive at the start. It was Alexa, she started to mount a small bit, but Nia wound up coming out halfway during the match, which then threw Bayley off like, oh, fuck. And then, which then proceeds to lead into an intimidation factor. She has Alexa outside. She gets ready to go get her. Next thing you know, Nia's like, nope, you gotta go through me first. You gotta go through me. No, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? And then Alexa just, boom, comes out of nowhere, hits her with a cheap shot. Yep. And then it looks like Alexa's starting to get the upper hand. Next thing you know, Sasha comes out right out of nowhere, literally, no music or nothing. Now, and then, boom, starts beating up Nia. Alexa gets distracted from it. Next thing you know, Bayley goes for a roll-up, kick out, and then proceeds to hit Bayley to belly. 1, 2, 3. Now, next matchup we got Cruiserweight Tag Team action, and the Brian Kendrick going up against Drew Gulak, going against Mustafa Ali and Jack Gallagher. Now, Brian Kendrick, Drew Gulak, and Mustafa Ali, I'm all sold on. Jack Gallagher, I'm sorry. I mean, hey, I've seen the stuff that he's done when he was over in the UK, and the matches he worked in the Cruiserweight tournament, beautiful. It's just, honestly, now it's just like, yeah. I mean, it's like he's trying to be, I mean, it doesn't, I'm trying to think the best way to put it. It's like you're trying to have him be like that stereotype British person, you know. I'm just waiting for the point to where they wind up having him come out wearing like fake bad teeth mouth guards or something, you know, to further the stereotype, you know. But either way, as far as the tag match goes, you know, it was kind of I mean, the overall for the show was kind of This was where it really started to, but Gulak, he started out real nice, strong. It was good seeing Drew Gulak on Raw again, you know. He's got his whole no-fly zone. He doesn't like the Cruiserweights being glorified spoot monkeys, you know. But either way, yeah, it's nice to see that. But just having him on Raw, that could help further his character on that with the whole no-fly zone thing, you know. But match literally came to an end right after Gallagher tagged in Mustafa Ali. He knocked everyone down. Next thing you know, got up, boom, hit the reverse 450, got the 1, 2, 3. That was it. Now next matchup we got after that, it was Elias Samson going up against Finn Balor, and right out the bat, Samson just powering over Balor, like where it was. He slammed him down, you hear Finn, Doc! And censored out him cursing like fuck or whatever it was. But, yeah, Samson, no, he's a good powerhouse. It's just, honestly, the whole drifter thing, can't get behind. That's the thing. Nice at, you know, seems like a good worker, just no. No. He's like that guy you see sitting in the corner of a bar, going and strumming with that guitar, strumming like the same 3 Nickelback songs, and you just want to go and bash a beer bottle over his head for it. But yeah, as far as with this goes, you know, you want noticing starting to target Finn's shoulder, which are big pet peeve. You know, during the Bayley and Bliss Alexa match, Alexa was targeting Bayley's shoulder. You know. During the Cruiserweight tag match, you know, Jack Gallagher's arm was getting targeted. And now with this one, you know, big pet peeve. Guarantee you want to piss me off with a wrestling show, you know, target the same limb over and over and over in each match, you know. Instead, you know, have one match, target a shoulder. Have another match, target the neck. Have another match, target a knee or a foot. Something. You have several different body parts and limbs and ligaments you can hurt, bend, stretch, pull, whatever. Just freaking work them. Don't do the same thing when having everyone, you know, getting locked up like that. Having to, you know, something different. Just. Anyways, Finn started to mount a small bit of a comeback right after he had a shotgun drop kick right outside the ring. Looked like he was getting ready to go and mount. Just as it looked like he was getting ready to go and start mounting up some other move, next thing you know, Samson, boom, cracks the guitar right over the side of Finn's head. Put up pictures later on during the show. He had 2 giant gashes right there on the side of his head. So, yeah. Now, so they announced that the next week on Raw, Balor and Samson are going to have a no DQ match. So, yeah. Now, next matchup we got is one-on-one cruiserweight action. Akira Tozawa going up against Ariya Daivari. Daivari wound up dedicating his match to the 2016, I think it was. Yeah, 2016 Iranian wrestler. You know, so. Now, as far as with this match goes, Daivari, again, wound up doing the same thing, targeting the shoulder. Again, want to piss me off for a wrestling show, do the same, target the same limbs over and over in each and every fucking match. You want to actually do a decent show, target different limbs. Or not even say that's it for a decent show, but if y'all have watched this long enough, you know what I mean by saying that. Either way, fuck it, moving forward. Anyways, Daivari just straight out non-stop aggressive on Tozawa, you know, beating him, pounding him hard with that, and it was to the point to where Titus asked for a ref stoppage, so the match ended with a referee stoppage, and Ariya Daivari was the winner. Next matchup, it was my personal match of the night. Hardy Boys going up against the Revival, and right off bat just started out with a straight out brawl. After a quick minute, Hardy started out nice and good, isolating Scott Dawson, you know, for a good minute, you know, showing good tag team work. Again, Hardy's showing good tag team work going up against the Revival, and they always bring up on how the Revival is a lot like the Minnesota Wrecking Crew. I don't care what anyone says. Nothing against Arn and Ole. But the Revival, they more so remind me of the Brainbusters. Arn Anderson and Tully Blanchard. Those, you know, that's the thing with me. But either way, Revival wound up getting control of the match right after the commercial break. They started powering, excuse me, started powering over them. Also, Revival were doing something different. They targeted a different limb. They were targeting Matt's knee, which, thank God they were doing something different like that, you know, but either way, you know, nice to see something different in that matter, you know. But yeah, match wound up coming to an end. Jeff was in. Jeff was the legal man. Hit the twist of fate, and then went for the pin. Got a kick out, or not a kick out. Break up. After a little bit, Jeff wound up going up to go and hit the swanton. Next thing you know, Dawson, boom, hit the rope. Jeff split the difference, and then he went to do a roll up. Saw he had a handful of tights. And the way Jeff rolled over, though, when he did the roll-up, it looked like a kick-out. So, all likelihood, we're going to wind up getting a rematch next week with them saying it was because due to a controversial ending. You know? Now, either way, next matchup, it was the main event of the night. Roman Reigns going up against Samoa Joe, and you gotta know, Samoa Joe is the guy Vince sends when you sneeze around him. And if you've never heard the stories, and doing my best Vince McMahon impression, it's been a while since y'all have had that. Sneezing. I hate sneezing. It's the one thing you can't control. Don't you fucking sneeze near me, god damn it! Okay, that's my best Vince McMahon impression I can do right now. Work with me. Now, anyways, Roman Reigns versus Samoa Joe. Roman started out nice, good control right before the break. After that, Joe wound up getting control after the break. Nice, good action between these guys. Really like on how they were working it. But on how the match came to an end, just as it looked like Roman was getting ready to go and seal the deal, next thing you know, Braun Strowman came out. First time we've seen Braun since their ambulance match. He came out, his one arm taped up like it was injured, but that's it. But other than that, you know, he came out. Next, you know, Roman just looking at him. Braun puts his one hand up on the ring, on the rope, pulls himself up. Roman, boom, decks him. Roman just starts decking him, throwing shots at him. And then Braun, boom, knocks him down. Starts to go after Joe. Joe throws a few shots and a few kicks in on him. Goes to try and whip him. Like, move, damn it. And then Braun just does, boom, pounds him down. And then Braun starts bouncing back, goes to bounce back and forth between Roman and Joe in the corners. Next thing you know, Roman boot. Joe winds up actually locking in the Coquina clutch on Braun, and Roman goes to hit a running start on him, catches a boot. Next thing you know, goes and hits bounces off the ropes, hits Braun with a Superman punch while he's still locked in, backs into a corner, that's how Joe lets go. Next thing you know, it ends with him power slamming both of them. Not at the same time, one after another, but yeah, Braun wound up beating the hell out of both of them. So what we're most likely looking at on this is we're more than likely going to wind up having a four-corner elimination match at SummerSlam. If not that, more than likely, personal prediction, triple threat match either before SummerSlam or actually the very first match of SummerSlam, and the winner of that facing Brock later that night. So that is it for this week's show, folks. So do not forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, go back, watch a few other episodes. Make sure you also check out The Dad Show. We haven't done another episode recently, but I promise, and I've never broken a promise to any of you, we will be doing one soon. Just a matter of when, not if. Also, look for me on the Twitter, Tim Vicious. My other account, Tim_Vicious. Details for The Dad Show are in the section down below. I am also on that Facebook gimmick under the name Tim Ash. Also, do not forget to follow all of these cool-ass cats right here on the Twitter. Axel Mulligan, make sure y'all look for Axel's News Project Wrestling Review. They talk about British and European wrestling. Sunday Segue, Simply Sabrina Aaron _Deborah, my executive producer who provided the music for this week's show. Oliver Ben, make sure y'all check out his music. It's out there on iTunes, Spotify, and such. Details are in the description. Also, make sure y'all look for the good brother that is on The Dad Show. I did not get a chance to put him on the list yet. I am Danny Sunday, and folks, like I always tell y'all, you love me great, you hate me.
Shorty off your retros.
Fuck yes.
Tree, you look like gecko.